This is the easiest hack to double the amount of deals you do with surplus funds. Now, before I share this with you, I want to say that this took me a long time to learn. In fact, this took me several years and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to learn. So if you enjoy these videos where I drop knowledge like this, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and of course, like the video, guys. I pour my heart and soul into these things. Literally, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes making these videos. It is intense. And so, with that being said, here is the simple hack to double the amount of deals that you get with surplus funds. And that is to refine your customer acquisition process. I know that is like the most boring business professor, okay? But it's very important. You have to understand that this is the mouth, this is the bloodline that feeds you, right? If you do not spend the time to master this part of your business, you will starve, right? It's kind of like the old adage says, it's like if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Well, there's different levels to knowing how to fish, okay? Like there's like, I'm a beginner fisherman, and then there's like, I'm an advanced, I'm a longshoreman, okay? And I want you guys to be the longshoremen of surplus funds. I want you guys to be the Navy SEALs of surplus funds. I want you to be the best of the best when you're doing this, because ultimately, that's gonna give you the freedom and the sense of security you need to have the financial goals that you wanna have, right? Because part of the financial goals you wanna have is not only making that money, but feeling like, hey, it's consistent coming in every single month no matter what. In order to do that, you have to master this process. So how do you do that? How do you master this process? The first thing you do is you refine your script. So refine your script, right? In order to do that, you got to make a lot of calls. Okay. Now, whether it's you making the calls, your VA is making the calls, or who, it doesn't matter who, you got to make a lot of calls, because at the end of the day, you need to refine that script and get it to a point where you're converting 2, 3, 4 times more people than you were before. So that's number one. Number two is then we want to learn how to remarket to or retarget. This is a really common marketing practice in other industries, but for some reason it's not very used in surplus funds. It's like a lot of people in surplus funds, they think like, oh, I called them once or twice and they told me that they weren't interested, and like they're just never going to be interested again, right? And the reality is, guys, is like we are literally giving away money. Like they are going to be interested at some point, okay? They don't even have to pay you. Like you literally no out-of-pocket cost to them. You're collecting a percentage, okay? Like they can't get, like there's not a much better deal than that, okay? So don't be afraid. In fact, I would highly encourage you to retarget these people, okay? Call them back. So one of my early mentors, Valerie Torelli, she told me like, look, you just got to hit people up. She taught me this principle originally, and I asked her, I said, well, what do you say to these people, right? Like, what do you say to them the third or fourth week in a row that you've called them and they said that they're not interested? And literally, she's like, you just tell them anything. She's like, look, I walked in the office and your name just popped in my head, so I thought I'd give you a call, right? It literally be that, right? Just have some reason to call. Like, hey, I was driving and, I know you drive a pink, Chevy Suburban, and, I saw a pink ladybug, and I was like, let me call Samantha and see what's going on with Samantha. And it could be any reason. It does not have to be a good reason at all, okay? But the key thing is just to follow up, right? So don't overthink this. Just follow up. Just have that remarketing, that retargeting system in place, okay? And then the last thing is, and this is the key thing here, is to have an automated fulfillment system, right? An automated system that allows you to fulfill on the obligations that you've promised, okay? This is what's going to allow you to get to a point where you are going to be much more successful and happy in your business, not only financially, but in a place where you have much more time freedom, which is ultimately what everyone's after, right? So that being said, hopefully that made sense. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, hit the like button, and I will see you on the next one.